What's going on, guys? It's DanBeforeTime. So today, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I know No Man's Sky is right around the corner, and we're all super anxious to play it. So I wanted to give you something to pass the time with. So I came up with 6 great movies about space to watch before No Man's Sky. Now I want to make sure I stress, this is in no way the definitive space film list, nor is it even a list of the best 6 space films of all time. This is just simply a list of movies that I really enjoy watching and I think would make for a fun weekend, and hopefully get you even more hype to play the game next Tuesday. Now, I know people are going to disagree with me because, well, let's be honest, the internet is gonna internet. So feel free to leave your own list in the comments down below and tell me how big of an idiot I am for liking some of these movies. But without further ado, let's jump into my list of 6 movies to watch before No Man's Sky. At number 6, I have Star Trek. This is the original reboot that released in 2009. I grew up as a Star Trek fan watching The Next Generation with my dad, and I've loved the universe ever since. I was a little bit nervous for J.J. Abrams to take over the reign, but he did a damn good job. It's packed with tons of action and lighthearted humor, but my favorite thing about Star Trek is that despite all the science fiction and explosions, it manages to stay grounded in a very human way. And when we're out exploring the far reaches of the universe, we're nothing if we're not human. And humanity is exactly the thing that solidifies Interstellar as my number 5 pick. At its core, Interstellar is a story about love, a story about family, a story about doing what is right for future generations, even if you never see the end result. It reminds us that no matter how far we may travel, home will always have a special place in our heart. If this all sounds a little too mushy for you, don't worry. This movie also has a strong dose of mind-bending physics and theories that is sure to keep your brain running long after the credits roll. And you can't talk about mind-bending space films without talking about Event Horizon. Coming in at number 4, this truly terrifying film, which is severely overlooked and underrated in my opinion, will leave even the bravest adventurer questioning whether or not leaving the comfort of your home planet is even worth it. It's the story of a search for a missing ship and its crew, lost for years in a wormhole, but when it returns, it's brought something back with it. It's a descent into complete madness, and it will leave you reaching for that light switch before you walk down that hall. Coming in at number 3 and continuing our theme of mental health is the brilliant and simply titled Moon. Moon is the story of a man who is contracted to man an automated moon mining base, alone for 3 years. His only contact is with an AI companion who serves as friend, confidant, and operating system. Things seem to be going well, but 2 weeks before his scheduled departure to go home, things start going south. With a phenomenal performance by Sam Rockwell and a truly thought-provoking script, this film sheds light on the sometimes dangerous consequences of our quest to live beyond the stars. As we head into our number 2 pick, it's time to switch gears for some much-needed fun. Star Wars: The Force Awakens is not only a worthy successor, it's also one of the best in the franchise. Star Wars has always been a property that invites you to get lost in its lore. It's built around fantastic storytelling and epic conflicts between good and evil. And despite drawing comparisons to Episode 4, I believe this film stands on its own as a wonderful modern update to the original trilogy. But most of all, it's just a hell of a lot of fun. And if watching this movie doesn't want to make you zip around space firing lasers at things, you're just not right in the head. And you can't talk about not being right in the head without mentioning the number 1 movie on our list, and quite possibly the best movie anywhere in any universe ever made, Spaceballs. I'm serious, if you haven't seen Spaceballs, you haven't lived. This is Mel Brooks at his absolute finest. If there were a master's class on how to do a parody, this movie would be it. Every line and every scene is legitimately classic. If you have seen it, go watch it again. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it and thank me later. Because if you can't laugh at this movie, you're most likely dead inside. So that's gonna wrap it up, guys. That's my list of 6 movies you must watch before you play No Man's Sky. I'd love to hear your list of what your top space movies are. Leave those in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, I've been DanBeforeTime. You've been awesome, and until next time, enjoy your travels.